Shout out to Felix Gray for sponsoring this update. Your eyes weren't made to stare at computer screens all day, so give them a break with glasses that filter blue light and eliminate glare from screens. Get yours at felixgrayglasses.com/no.
Hadouken!
Welcome to the Now, I'm Ashley. A Ubisoft executive said that the developer wants to move away from finite experiences in their games in favor of games that have no concrete ending. In an interview on the studio blog, Ubisoft Vice President Lionel Renaud said the studio is moving away from games with one long overarching story. He said, "What drove that shift is the will to not give finite experiences. The idea was that you have this conflict and then the resolution and then it's finished. You've killed the bad guy, for instance," he explained. He went on to say, "So the goal was to break this and say that you'll be the hero of a region or population many times, not just once. And if you get rid of a dictator or an oppressor, something else is going to happen in the world and you will need to have a new goal." That's something Ubisoft has mentioned before as a goal. VentureBeat noted the developer said something similar at E3, saying that players won't be able to solve the world of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Instead, the player's actions will lead to new adventures, which definitely sounds games as a service-y, and Ubisoft has mentioned that before, that they want to do fewer, bigger games that can live on. So they're definitely going for that games as a service business model. Now, it looks like Twitch is cracking down on controversial speech. The platform's issued months-long bans to two popular streamers for either things they said or just chat in their streams, which is kind of a big thing, and it's a new thing for Twitch too. One of the streamers, Destiny, who's one of the most popular streamers on Twitch, said in a recent video that he's not exactly sure why he was banned, but he has a couple of ideas. In the video, he said that he called one dude a bad word, specifically the word, but he said that what really got him on Twitch's radar were his comments about shooting Cubans who were swimming over to the US. Destiny said he was just joking around, but seems like Twitch isn't playing games these days. Meanwhile, another popular streamer, Mo, got a 30-day ban recently for using a gay slur. He tweeted about the ban saying, "I guess it's a 30-day ban. Still, with no warning, I don't think it's fair." And Twitch is even handing out bans for what's said in streamers' chat feeds, which is a newer development for the platform. Streamer Alfie got a 24-hour ban recently for what Twitch called hateful chat that occurred in his unmonitored Twitch chat. Alfie apologized and promised to do a better job monitoring his chats. So yes, Twitch is definitely on the warpath these days. If you were wondering if they would actually be enforcing the new terms that are making streamers responsible for their chat, they are. While the upcoming Fallout 76 is a multiplayer game, Bethesda says it's not given up on the single-player games that the studio is traditionally known for. Bethesda Game Studios head Todd Howard said the new game won't be a permanent departure from single-player games. He told GamesIndustry.biz, "It doesn't mark the future. Corporately, we've done a mix. People forget sometimes Elder Scrolls Online is one of the biggest online games in the world. We have Fallout Shelter, which we keep updating, and Elder Scrolls Legends." He added the studio likes to try a bunch of different kinds of games, saying, "For a long time, we wanted to try a multiplayer game and we had this idea. We shouldn't be afraid, we should try it." Fallout 76 is releasing on November 14th for PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. Everyone's still real confused about exactly how it works, but I'm sure in the months leading up to launch, we'll get a lot more details and we will keep you posted as we learn every single one of them. And while some European countries have been ruling that loot boxes are gambling devices, France has gone the other direction. The country's gambling regulatory body said in a new report that microtransactions are not legally a form of gambling, although it added that they are undermining public policy goals for gambling. But French regulators were still highly critical of them, saying they rely on making players feel like they've barely missed the item they wanted, incentivizing them to come back for more, similar to slot machines. We are seeing a lot of governments start to weigh in on the issue. The Belgian and Dutch regulators have both ruled that loot boxes constitute gambling. The Belgian gaming commissions even threatened to prosecute companies that don't change their practices to come in line with their new regulations. So this is definitely an issue, not going away anytime soon, and it also sounds like it's going to be a while before I get any sort of consensus, and that could make things kind of messy for developers because they're going to be dodging all kinds of different policy hurdles to get their games in a bunch of different countries. It was a good first week on mobile for Pokemon Quest. The game launched on iOS and Android devices last week and has already generated over $3 million in revenue. The game's also been downloaded more than 3.5 million times. The researcher Sensor Tower reports Japanese players have spent the most, accounting for 31% of spending in the game. US players are at 25%, followed by South Korean gamers at 12%. Sensor Tower wrote, in terms of attracting mobile gamers and getting them to monetize, the Pokemon Company's latest release appears to be very effective. Of course, the game is already out on Switch and it racked up more than 1 million downloads in 2 days there, so just goes to show the Pokemon brand continues to be really strong, although I also kind of expected higher numbers given how big Pokemon Go was. So maybe that'll be a growing thing. Capcom's unveiled a new robot master boss for the upcoming Mega Man 11. This one is named Blast Man, who Capcom says has a flair for the theatric and a taste for explosions. Capcom described his stage as the ruined remains of a theme park, the movie studio hybrid that Blast Man has shaped into his personal playground. As you fight him, Blast Man gets more and more enraged. If you beat him, you get the Chain Blast weapon that can deploy multiple sticky bombs. Now he's joining 2 other robot master bosses, Blockman and Fuse Man, who've already been announced. Definitely cool to see some new Mega Man bosses in the works, and Mega Man 11 is releasing October 2nd for PlayStation 4, Switch, PC, and Xbox One. A subreddit dedicated to the Marvel supervillain Thanos has really taken its devotion to the next level. You might recall that in Infinity War, Thanos' goal was to use the Infinity Gauntlet to wipe out half of all life as a way to bring balance to the universe. Well, some folks in the Thanos Did Nothing Wrong subreddit, which is dedicated to defending his goals, decided that they should do the same thing and ban half their users. The idea took off. Now one of the users behind it, the Jedi Apprentice, says he's gotten permission from the mods to ban half the sub. Now currently there are more than 340,000 members of the subreddit, which means that more than 170,000 users will get banned. It's all in good fun, and don't worry, there are already other subreddits like Into the Soul Stone, where some people are going to commiserate. It all goes down in a couple of days on July 9th, so good luck, everyone. The internet's so stupid, and I love it. We get to do the dumbest things and have a good time. It's great. Netflix has teased that season 2 of their popular anime series adaptation of Castlevania is coming soon. An official Twitter account for the Violent as Hell show posted "Blood will flow" alongside a gif of cartoon blood doing exactly that, causing speculation the big release date announcement is coming very, very soon. We know season 2 is going to have double the number of episodes as season 1, so it's going from 4 to 8, which is good, because it felt like the first 4 episodes were like an intro to the series, not a whole season in and of themselves, but maybe that's just me. Also, the main voice cast is expected to return, so if you were feeling what the first couple episodes had to offer, you should be pretty happy with it. After testing with a trio of young actors that included Fury Road's Nicholas Hoult and Everyone Wants Some's Glenn Powell, Tom Cruise has finally found his co-pilot for Top Gun 2. According to Variety, Miles Teller landed the role of Bradley Bradshaw, aka Goose's son. If you need a little refresher on your Top Gun trivia, Bradley was just 4 years old when his dad died while fighting alongside his partner, and now it seems the son also feels the need for speed and will be joining his dad's old partner in the sequel. You'll remember Miles Teller from Whiplash and that god-awful Fantastic Four movie from a couple years back. The latter wasn't his fault, so we're happy to see him take it to the skies with Tom Cruise for this one and shrug off that Fantastic Four. New Line is making a Sopranos prequel. Yep, it's real, getting realer by the moment. The script was co-written by Sopranos creator David Chase and frequent Sopranos episode writer Lawrence Connor, and is known to be set in the 1960s against the backdrop of New Jersey's race riots, and is being developed under the title The Many Saints of Newark. This studio has hired Alan Taylor to direct, and Taylor's got a pretty good record directing TV. Game of Thrones, Boardwalk Empire, Deadwood, The West Wing, Mad Men, and appropriately enough, about 9 episodes of The Sopranos. But his feature film credit's not quite as impressive. He's behind one of the worst Marvel movies, Thor: The Dark World, although, you know, not terrible, but lower tier, I guess, for Marvel, as well as Terminator Genesis, so I'm not great there. Still, with a script by the original series writers and his own history directing for the show, seems pretty promising. All right, that is all the news for this roundup. Let us know what you think of all these updates in the comments down below. To make sure you get all the crazy news from every corner of the internet every weekday, except for yesterday because it was a holiday, like this video. And if you're new around here, subscribe to the Know. Thanks to Felix Gray for sponsoring this update. If you've ever noticed your eyes tend to get kind of tired and strained after hours and hours of gaming, or, I'm being productive if that's more your speed, hey, go you. There's a reason for that. Your eyes weren't made to stare at computer screens. They need a break, and you deserve one too. Felix Gray lenses filter blue light and eliminate glare without having to be like bright yellow like you see with some computer glasses. Plus, their frames are made of premium Italian acetate, which is the same stuff Versace uses. If you haven't actually felt acetate before, it's kind of, I don't know, it's hard to describe, but it feels like smoother and softer somehow. I don't know, it's nice. Felix Gray glasses are available in both non-prescription and reading lenses. They have a bunch of different styles to suit different faces and heads. These ones, in case you're wondering, are the touring style, and they also have now started doing prescription lenses, so that's an important thing to note. I really like these ones. They have different styles and they'll actually note what size of heads they're really good for. I have a small head, so being able to actually find glasses that fit a small head has been great. But hey, if you got a big old head, they got ones for you too. Anyway, treat your eyes to a pair of Felix Gray glasses with free shipping and free returns at felixgrayglasses.com/know.